Good morning to all, and today we are going to learn our next chapter, that is reaching the age of adolescence. So basically in this chapter we'll learn about the physical changes in human being during growth and secondly sexual characters. So basically the growth and reproduction are the two important characteristics of living organism. There are many characteristics of living organism. For example, living organisms feed, they respire, grow, excrete, and different metabolic activities that take place in living organisms are also are different life process. So in this figure we are shown that how a human being reaches and pass through the different stages during his or her life. So first of all, the first stage is the infancy. So the infancy is the earliest period of the growing, beginning right from birth till 2 years of age of a person. So in this period, it is observed that the growth or development is fastest in infants. Learns to sit, stand and recognize people and the things around them. Then after we have the next stage, that is childhood. The next phase in after infancy is childhood, that begins from the age of 2 years to 11 years. In this age, or during this period, a child majorly grows in size and weight. He or she also grows intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Then after we have the next stage, that is adolescence and puberty. And then after the next stage, after the childhood that a human faces in his life or passes through, that is adolescence. So adolescence is also known as the teenage period and covers the period between 13 to 18 years of age. And in other words, the stage of transition from childhood to adulthood is called the adolescence. The boys and girls passing through the adolescence period are called the adolescent or teenagers. So basically during the adolescence, the body grows rapidly and undergoes several changes, and these changes mark the onset of puberty. So basically the puberty is the stage of life when the body becomes capable of reproduction. So basically the onset of puberty starts much earlier in girls as compared to boys. Between 8 to 13 years of age, where it starts between 10 to years of age in boys. Puberty ends when the adolescent reaches the reproductive maturity, and then after here we have next stage, that is adulthood. The end of the adolescence is the beginning of the next stage, that is called adulthood. As one enters adulthood, a strong vision for the future dominates. Now stable relationship, intellectual and career pursuits as well as the sharing responsibilities take the priority. And after here we are given the changes that take place during the puberty. So basically first of all here we have given first of all physical changes. So basically increase in height is a common change and is our first change. So during puberty sudden increase in height take place. The increase in height is due to the elongation of the bones of arms and legs. Initially girls grow faster than the boys, but about 18 years of age both reaches their maximum height. It can be also seen through a graph that is not I think given in your book. And then after the rate of growth in height however varies from one person to another. Some may grow rapidly at puberty and then slower down, whereas other may grow gradually. There are two factors which are responsible for determining the height. They are the genes inherited from the parents and the kind of food eaten during the years of growth. So basically we have the formula for calculating the height of a person. So basically full expected height of a person can be calculated if we have the present height, and by using this formula we can easily calculate. Then after here we have the next physical change, that is the voice change. The voice box or larynx that is present in our throat and begins to grow at puberty in boys It protrudes out in the throat region as Adam's apple. Appearance of Adam's apple marks the end of the adolescence. In girls, the larynx is smaller than that in boys and is hardly visible from outside. Boys develop deep voice because of large larynx, while the girls develop high-pitched voice due to small voice box. Then after here we have our next change, that is the body shape. The change that take place in body shape, and then after here we have the other. So you can read it. And now we are going to know our next topic. So now here we have our next topic, that is secondary sexual character. So males and females can be differentiated on the basis of the sex organs which are present right from the birth. During the puberty, other differences also start developing, and the characters are also discussed here, which you can read. And after we are going to our next topic, that is hormone. So these are the factual information that are given here. You can read it, and then after we are going to start our topic, that is hormone. So hormones are some chemical regulators which controls physical growth, metabolism, and other changes which occurs in the body. So basically, what is metabolism? Metabolisms are various biochemical reactions and processes that take place in living organisms and are necessary for their survival. These chemical regulators are secreted by the ductless glands and are called hormone. So basically, the secondary sexual characters that appears during the adolescence are initiated and are controlled by the sex hormones. And here we have given the two hormones that are the testosterone and estrogens are the two sex hormones, and which bring about changes in boys and girls respectively during the puberty. So basically, testosterone is produced by the testes in males and estrogen by ovaries in females. The production of these hormones is under the control of another hormone that is secreted from endocrine gland and called pituitary gland. That is also known as master gland. Then after, the endocrine system consists of endocrine glands that secretes hormone to control growth, behavior, development, and reproduction. And many processes are also there. These glands release hormones directly into the bloodstream and hence are called ductlet glands. This system works in close association with the nervous system for controlling various body activities. On the other hand, the endocrine system consists of glands that secretes hormones in the bloodstream only with the help of ducts. Such glands are called endocrine glands. The production of the sex hormone is under the control of pituitary gland, and pituitary gland secretes many hormones which controls the activities of other endocrine glands of the body. Therefore, pituitary gland is also known as the master endocrine gland, or simply we can also say it as master gland. A number of hormones called sex hormones are secreted by the testes and ovaries in the human body, as we have learned it earlier. The secretion of these hormones is further controlled by another set of hormones known as the follically stimulating hormones, FSH, and that is a full form, I mean short form. Then after, that are secreted from the pituitary gland. These hormones, means the FSH, follicular stimulating hormones, actually stimulate the testes and ovaries to secrete testosterone in males and estrogen in females respectively. These hormones, after secretion, reach the target site through the bloodstream. Target site is the body part where these hormones reach specifically and get the response by bringing changes in body at the onset of puberty. And after, here we have gained the reproductive phase of life in humans. So basically, the reproductive phase of life begins at 11 to 12 years of age, and means at puberty, while in males it begins at 13 to 14 years of age. The capacity for maturation and production of gametes lasts for a much longer time in males than in females. In females, it generally lasts till the age of 40 to 15 years, and in males, it lasts as long as he is healthy. And after, we have here menstruation, menarche, and menopause. So during this period, ovulation occurs in cycles, and only one ovum is released every month. Alternatively, by one of the two ovaries, and the process of relief of the ovum by an ovary is called ovulation, that is discussed here. So during this period of 28 to 30 days, the wall of the uterus become thick so as to receive the fertilized egg. As you learned earlier that what is fertilization, and then after in this case the egg is fertilized, and in this case if the egg is fertilized by the sperms, then after it begins to develop and results in pregnancy. But if the egg is not fertilized, then the uterus lining and its blood vessels break out. This causes bleeding, and blood discharge is called menstrual flow, and it lasts for 3 to 7 days. And then after the breakdown of wall of uterus and its blood capillaries causing menstrual flow every 28 days is known as the menstruation or menstruation cycle. The first shed of uterus lining through the blood is termed as the menarche. The reproductive phase in women starts from the age of attaining puberty and lasts till the age of 40 to 15 years. That is also given here. Then after here we have our next topic, that is sex determination. So basically the sex of a child is determined at the time of fertilization. So basically so basically each cell in human being consists of 23 pairs of chromosomes, in of which 22 pairs are found common in both males and females and are called autosomes. Then after here we have a 23rd pair, that is called sex chromosome, and after it participates in sex determination. So basically during the time of fertilization, if male gamete carries X chromosome and fuses with egg, then it will develop into a male, a female, and then after, and if the male gamete carries Y chromosomes and fuses with egg, then it will develop into a male, as you can see here. So basically the male gamete contain Y chromosome and the female gamete always contain X chromosomes, as you can also see it here. Here we have in the diagram. And after it is completed, and after here our next chapter, it is the hormones. Hormones are the chemical messengers responsible for regulating metabolic and other activities of the body of human beings. So here we have given some hormones. So our first hormone is pituitary hormone, pituitary gland. So here we have given our first gland, it is called pituitary gland, and it is also known as master gland. So it is located below the brain, means it is located in midbrain. And then after it secretes several hormones including growth hormone and thyroid stimulation hormone, and that is known as thyroxine. So basically it produces the thyroxine and stimulates the thyroid gland, keeps a check on the activities of other gland, and therefore also known as master gland. Then after here we have our next gland, it is thyroid. It is located in the neck at the base of the throat, and it secretes thyroxine, that is not mentioned here. So then after it helps in controlling growth, respiration and metabolism in the body. So basically here is a mistake, the thyroxine is not given in the second column, so you can correct it. So basically the thyroxine help in controlling the growth, respiration and other metabolic activities. Then after here we have next hormone, that is adrenaline. So basically it is located on the top of the two kidneys, release the hormone that is known as adrenaline, and that is also called the emergency. It is also known as emergency, the gland of emergency. And then after this hormone regulates blood pressure, breathing rate, heartbeat and mineral balance, also called as fist or flight hormone. Flight or fight or flight hormone, and helps the body to adjust the stress condition, gland of emergency. Now after here we have pancreas. Pancreas is located just below the stomacher and releases both endocrine and exocrine hormone. It secretes a hormone called insulin. The release of the insulin helps in regulating sugar metabolism. Then after here we have the next hormone, that is here we have next gland, that is testis. So basically it is a male genital organ and it secretes testosterone, that is a hormone. So and it helps in development of secondary sexual characters in males and after respectively. Here we have next gland and the next hormone, that is estrogen, that is secreted by the ovaries, and it also help in the development of secondary sexual characters in females. Then after here we have given about the reproductive health. So basically here we have given that nutritional needs of adolescent, about that we should take the proper balanced diet and we should also do some physical exercise, and we should also maintain our personal hygiene during the during the age of adolescent. So basically here you can read all the things that are discussed here widely, and then after we are going to our next topic. Then after here we have given some suggestion that we should, and then after here we given the harmful effects of drugs. So drugs are the chemical substances that produce physical, mental and behavior or emotional changes in the users. So we should avoid, and because they are addicted to us, and then after we should avoid any kind of addiction during this period, that is or adolescent. I mean there is puberty, and then after here we have given the, so here we have given a disease, that is AIDS, and it is caused by the HIV virus that communicates from person to person and is also known as a communicable disease. So then after here we have given a wide variety of keywords that are here. You can read all the keywords. Now after you can also, here have given the summary, you can also read it. So I am providing you the exercise of the chapter. So here we have the exercise. So you can find out the questions of all this. You can find out the answers of all these questions and answers, and then after the answers will be sent to you, which you can write down in a copy. So basically this chapter has been finished. So we have finished our chapters, and then after I think we'll meet in our next topic. So till then I think let's have a goodbye.